Okay, hello everyone. My name is Laquan Williams, and in this subject of this video, I'm going to be talking about the topic of the video game Cyberpunk 2077 or 2077. But basically, and also my review of it as well as experience of it. I played it on the PS5. I had it for a couple of weeks. I rented it through GameFly, and I also wanted to talk about the refunds and obviously the reviews and issues that people have been having with it. Lots of reviews have been obviously mixed, but for the most part, the sad truth of the matter is that there have been a lot of people upset with this who are PlayStation and also Xbox fans in general. But it's just very unfortunate to see that. I'm on the verge right now, but I want to talk about my review first before I talk about this article by The Verge and this article as well. So the first thing I want to do is talk about what happened when I got the game. I rented the game. I've had it for about a week and a half. The experience of playing the game was fun. It was very entertaining. It felt like I was playing, and this is what the game is. The game is basically a hybrid. It's a mash of Blade Runner and Grand Theft Auto merged into one together. But if I had to state basically how fun the game is, I can do that, but there's something that you can't obviously deny, and that's the issue of the game's bugs and obviously software problems with the mechanics. There's been a lot of glitches. The graphics look great on the PS5. If you have a 4K TV, you'll see my TV is 1080p, so I saw half of it. But it was great. It was fun, but there were way too many glitches, and unfortunately, the thing that really hurt me ever even trying to I don't mind playing the game again, but I wouldn't buy it full price. It's stating in regards to stating that there were a lot of issues with the game freezing up on me and shutting off and restarting, and that's very unfortunate and sad because when you're playing a certain specific level and it shuts down on you, it's not saved. You have to do that whole level over again, or any of those parts to that level. And sometimes that obviously happens, and it just happens randomly. But it happened to me 3 4 times, and obviously that's something that I didn't enjoy. The graphics are fun, but obviously it's just one of those games where it's gonna look great, but how it plays is obviously the reason why lots of people are asking for their money back. Lots of people are asking for refunds, and obviously they're giving bad reviews on Metacritic and obviously other websites, and are hitting it hard, saying that Project Red did terrible with this game, and that this is something that they should have just put off for a couple more years. But it actually was. It was delayed the release date multiple times. But the game, it's fun. That's just terrible, the mechanics. But that's just how it is, because with any game, if the game's graphics look great, but if the game is slow and there's too many issues, slowing you down, bogging you down because of the mechanics are sluggish, and obviously very but what I can say problematic. You're not gonna want to play the game anymore because people get stuck in walls when after you defeat them enemies. You're playing certain levels, and the next thing you know, the game shuts off on you. You have to go back to that level again, and you do the whole thing over again. Your progress is saved. It just shuts off on you randomly. And if you want to play online with people, that's even going to be more of a problem, with connecting to the servers and stuff for PlayStation, also Xbox, Sony, and Microsoft, the companies. But the game story was great. It was solid. It was cool seeing Keanu Reeves in a video game, futuristic style type of environment, besides the Matrix video game that happened, and obviously the movie. But people are very upset and obviously mad about this with Project Red. But my review is that the game was very cool. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. It was fun. It's just like I said, the graphics were great. I play the game on 1080p, but I give it a less of a score because of obviously the bugs and obviously the restarting the game freezing up on me. If that never happened, I would have gave it an 8.5 or a 9. But because of that, I give it a 6 because there's just too many times there was glitches that happened to me. People getting stuck in walls. The game shutting off on you sometimes, and the issue of just basically it's sometimes not, you I don't know if you have to save certain spots. Obviously, it's got an auto save feature, but sometimes you have to manual save in order to protect your game. And obviously, and then it could possibly corrupt the not just the save data or possibly files, but obviously who knows what it can do to your system, obviously, with the game messing up whether you're playing with the PS5 or the new Xbox. But that's all that I had a problem with, and just like everybody else, the only issue that I had was the glitches and obviously the game messing up and freezing on me and resetting. The graphics were fine. If you're playing on 4K TVs and obviously the new gaming systems, you'll see it. Obviously, it looks great, but because it's like a big, huge mini movie, basically, it's really fun. Keanu Reeves' character Johnny Silverhands, and so right here you can see him. It's just fun, but the issue is obviously the glitches. So the developers for Cyberpunk at Project Red says disappointed players can ask for refunds. This was in December 14th, 2020. On The Verge, this is where this article is posted at, basically stating that, and this is what happened. Sony and Xbox said, well, too many people are complaining about this game. Obviously, people want their money back. The reviews are bad. The game's poorly running system is obviously a problem, so we're going to give everybody their money back. And because of that, more people obviously said, oh, that's great, but the damages have already been done. Our experience with the game is tarnished and tainted. Now we don't want to play it anymore. We just want our money back. We don't want to play the game anymore. We're going to play something else. And that's what's been happening, obviously, unfortunately. And this is what the developers of CD Projekt Red stated that they acknowledge the performance issues plaguing the game on the base last-gen consoles, which are the PS4 and the Xbox One. And prior to its release, we should have paid more attention to making it play better on the older systems, basically instead of focusing on the newer systems. But everybody feels it, obviously. I played the game on a PS5, but the disc was a PS4. They didn't put out a PS5 version. They probably will in the future, but it'll have to be updated. But it was very terrible that the game had glitches in it. And then obviously, like I said, randomly it just shuts off on you. The game just shuts off and it goes back to the home screen. You get to go back into the game and continue to play the part that you're already on, but you have to do it all over again. The last checkpoint, last story mission, or side mission that you were on. So basically, because of that, lots of issues have been happening, and people have been getting their money back. The reviews have been bad, and now the prices are getting lowered down. The prices are dropping for the game. So this is also from The Verge. This was just yesterday on January 18th. This was This states that if you already have nabbed a next-gen PlayStation or Xbox and willing to give Project Red the benefit of the doubt that it will eventually work out, you can now pick up the standard disc of Cyberpunk 2077 for half price on Amazon and also Best Buy for $30. So the games are now half the price now. It's $30 on Amazon and Best Buy. You can get the games there. And now because of this, more people will probably still say, oh, I don't mind getting it, but I'll just wait. And that's what's going to happen. I think more people are going to just basically state that they're going to wait for the show to basically, wait for the game to get more updates and more patches for them to play it, because they don't feel that it's necessary for them to play it right now. Because of this, it's fun. I understand people are upset and mad. I didn't like the glitches I had to deal with, but if you decide to get the game, then that's up to you. But it's just very unfortunate because this was a fun game, but it just unfortunately had too many errors and issues. Then because of that, it's going to be looked at as a failure. But it could be redeemed. CD Projekt Red can redeem themselves, but what they have to do is obviously fix it, and I think they should fix it. And obviously, they have to fix it. Obviously, what they should do is put out the demo version of their updated repatched game, and just have people test it out before they release it fully. That's what they should do. Fix the game, put the new patches and software upgrades in, put it out online for people to download off the PlayStation Store and the Xbox Store, and then after that, see how it goes and see what the reviews are. Then release the game. Then that's what they should do. Instead of just saying, okay, we fixed it, we'll put it out there. Because people are going to be way more hesitant to spend their money now, and unless it's half price. $60, no, but $30, people will say, oh yeah, I'll pay for it. because it's half price, so that's way less money that they're wasting because it's $60 plus tax, which comes out to about $65. Yeah, for a full brand new game. So that's basically what's happening. But like I stated, CD Projekt Red, they had an issue, too many issues to deal with this game. I don't know exactly what happened, but it's a fun game. It's just that's just the very unfortunate, sad truth of the matter is that too many glitches hurt the game's obviously chances of ever becoming obviously a top selling game. It still got lots of people buying it, but lots of people got their refunds back, their money back. It's just, it sucks, but the game still looks fun. The story is cool. There's lots of side missions that you can do. You're allowed to drive around on motorcycles, and you can ride in cars. There's a huge selection of weapons and upgrades that you can get in the game and to use for your character. I used V, the main character in the game. The story's fun. I like the humor. The actors and actresses. The voiceovers are great. And like I said, Keanu Reeves, I'm a big, huge fan of him because I love The Matrix and all the movies that he's been in with The Matrix and obviously Bill and Ted. So I was glad that he was in the game. He's funny, always funny. He's funny in the game as well too as his character, Johnny Silverhands. And it's just a fun game. It's just very unfortunate that all the issues of bugs and obviously software problems have plagued the overall feel of the game, and obviously the visual aspects, because they're overshadowed by the glitches and obviously the terrible problems with the bugs. Obviously the game restarting on you when you're playing the game, and you're going for 45 minutes. Next thing you know, you might not have saved something, but you're like, oh, I forgot manual save, or maybe the manual save doesn't work. Either way, the game just shuts off on you randomly, and that's something that I had to deal with a couple times when I'm ending a checkpoint, a last mission scenario, or story mission, and I'm getting to the outside, and next thing you know, it just shuts off on me, and I have to do that part all over again because my data wasn't saved, because it's an auto save feature, but you can manual save as well. But sometimes but who knows? Sometimes you might forget, but it also too sometimes you might try to manual save the game's progress, and it shuts off on you. You never know, because it's, like I said, this is something that randomly happens, and obviously it's a big issue that people are having, myself included. I had with the game when I played it. I had rented it, like I said, for a week through GameFly, and that's what happened. But we'll see what happens in the future with CD Projekt Red, obviously, in the next couple months with their updates and obviously the patch upgrades that they will be putting in for the Cyberpunk 2077 game. Are they going to put it out on the PS5 and the Xbox? Yes, but that'll probably happen with the upgrades probably, I'd probably say springtime. Probably March, April. Everything should be better for them with a new rollout, but it all depends on how the game plays out. If the game's obviously going to be much more smoother and less buggy with the corrections and obviously updates, but it depends. But it's going to look great either way, but it's just the problem. It's not the graphics, it's how the game plays. Because when you're playing it, you get your character gets stuck in a wall, and you get glitched, or you can't move. The screen goes blank, and you can't do anything. That happened to me when I was playing the new Spider-Man remastered game. The screen went black for a minute. I'm like, what's going on? And the loading circle kept spinning around. I'm like, well, nothing's happening. So I just restarted my game and did it again to go to the last save checkpoint. But the best thing to do is make sure you always manually save the game. Also, make sure that you also try to use external hard drives to save your data and storage on them as well, in case you want to back it up, in case something happens with system errors and obviously data issues that you can't obviously fix yourself. But there's nothing you can do outside of that, obviously. But just try and see what updates have been released online. But that's all I have to say about this. CD Projekt Red put out a great game. It's just obviously bugs and technical issues of what's going to harm it. There's going to be a lot more games coming out this year, obviously, and we're going to see them re-release this game in a couple more months with new updates, and we'll see how it is. But the Cyberpunk 2077 game was very fun, and I loved it and enjoyed it. Like I said, it's a mix of Blade Runner mixed in together with Call of Duty, and also, it's a mix of a hybrid game of Blade Runner and Grand Theft Auto. You could kind of say Call of Duty a little bit in certain aspects, but not really. But it takes place in the future, so that's why I say Blade Runner and Grand Theft Auto, because you can steal people's cars and steal items and stuff and just run around, and have fun and kind of live within no rules kind of a situation when you're kind of playing in the games at specific certain times. But you also have to be very stealthy and a lot of aspects of the game. So there's lots of mixtures of that going into playing a game. It's not just a run and gun game. You have to be stealthy at a lot of certain parts, like you're playing Splinter Cell or Hitman. Like those games. Obviously, I enjoy playing those games as well. They're very fun. But we'll see what happens in the next couple of months with the new updates to the game. The game and the patches that are going to happen on the PS5 and obviously the new Xbox when they actually put the discs out on those games, on those systems, because you can only get them on PS4 and the old Xbox. So people like myself included who have the new systems, we want the games out on the new systems to be released, but they decided to put the old ones out first to I guess to see how it goes as a test run. But I guess they thought that everything would be fine, but that obviously was not the case. But that's all I have to say about this and Cyberpunk 2077. And like I said again, I gave it a 6 out of 10. It was okay. It's a good game, very cool. It's fun. It's just that, like I said before, the glitches and the bugs and those issues hurt the game. And sometimes when you're doing that, you're like, man, I don't even want to play the game anymore. I'll just put it down and do something else or play another game because of that. You can still choose to power through it. But when the game's shut down on you, there's nothing you can do. When it resets on you, you can't do anything. The glitches too, you can't fix them yourself. So, but that's it. That's all I have to say about that. Thank you for watching. If you have your own concerns or issues, or if you want to state how much fun you have with the game, let me know, and I'll discuss that with you. But other than that, that's it. That's all I have to say about that. We'll see what happens in the next couple months with the new updates. Thank you for watching. Bye.